It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in Gering, Nebraska. And we are back at Scotts Bluff National Monument for another day to do hiking. Yesterday we drove up to the summit. Today we're gonna take the hiking trail. It's about 1.5 miles up that you can walk even through a tunnel, a hiking tunnel. So we're really excited about that. And I'm wearing the appropriate shirt because we are on the Oregon Trail here. Picked this shirt up when we were at Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska. And this is like the Pioneers RV, right? They had the covered wagon, they'd put their family and their belongings, and they hauled themselves across the country on adventures. And that's what we're doing in our RV. It's just a whole lot easier these days. So let's go check out these awesome hiking trails.
Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Stacy.
I'm Tom, and we're RV Texas, y'all.
We are native Texans and full-time RVers who are all about exploring the great state of Texas and beyond, one campground at a time. We're on a mission to experience life, not just live it, and we're bringing you along for the fun.
In 2018, we sold our house, our business, and got rid of most everything we owned to hit the road and see America. Our home is a 33-foot RV named Freedom. We installed an extreme solar and lithium setup, so now we can just about live anywhere with our dog Star and our cat Astro.
Every day is a new adventure, so join us as we RV America, y'all.
This is the beginning of the Saddle Rock Trail, and we're going up there.
What's really neat, and we discovered it right as we're starting the Saddle Rock Trail, is every so often they've got little markers that they do a cell phone audio tour. And since you can get cell phone signal here, you just call a number and each one tells a different story. So this is our second one. Let's see what we get.
Enter your stop number now or press *0 to leave us your feedback.
We're at stop number 2.
Look around you. You are surrounded by a small, intact example of a mixed grass prairie ecosystem. Approximately 40% of the 3,000 acres of the Scotts Bluff National Monument is mixed grass prairie. The prairie would have been a welcomed bounty of nourishment for the immigrant travelers' livestock. This prairie is dominated by blackroot sedge and needle and thread grass, both cool season species, which makes up about 80% of the ground cover. If you look off to the west beyond the visitor center, you'll see the geologic formation which led many immigrant travelers to renewed hope, Mitchell Pass. It represented the completion of 1/3 of their total journey. It also signified the end of the easy section. The level, monotonous Great Plains was completed now, and the difficult Rocky Mountains lay ahead. The pass was continuously used beginning in 1851 as the main route through these bluffs. Prior to 1851, the immigrants would have used Rubidoux Pass. By switching to Mitchell Pass, they shaved a day's travel off their journey. Up ahead is our next stop. You will see one of the reasons immigrant families may have stopped for an overnight in this area.
This is amazing. And I don't know if you can see it, but from here we can see 3 signs up there. And that's where we were yesterday when we drove up to the summit and did one of the small hikes up there. Pretty neat. We're going that way.
Wow, this trail is really windy down here. I don't think you can see up there, but it goes way up. And there's a bunch of people walking up there, and that's where we're going. And that is going to lead us up to the tunnel we're going to be able to go through here on the trail. Never done that before. Looking forward to it.
according to my watch, we've come right at halfway on the trail. And yeah, there's some elevation changes for sure, but wow, what amazing scenery. And we're still going up.
I hope not.
Press *0 to leave us your feedback.
Stop 4.
Go ahead and stop here before walking through the tunnel. If you look to the left of the tunnel along the rock face, you will see what is called breakdown. This is a good example of the effects erosional forces have on the sand and siltstone, which makes up the majority of the bluff. Wind and water have, over time, sliced away a portion of the rock that was connecting this to the rest of the bluff. Erosion of the bluff occurs slowly and is usually unseen by humans. Wind, rain, and snow wears the bluff away. It slowly washes away grains and particles of sand, silt, and ash. Most of the rock slides that occur in the park happen within this, the Brule Formation. The Brule Formation is large and makes up 1/3 of the exposed rock of the bluff.
Wow.
Now look above the tunnel entrance. Do you notice the thick band of volcanic ash? It's a whitish color on top and a brownish color on the bottom. This layer is several feet thick in some places. Between 28 and 32 million years ago, massive volcanic eruptions occurred in mountain ranges west of here, some as far away as present-day Nevada. And ash from these eruptions was carried eastward by winds
Wow.
that then fell as ashfall on what would one day be western Nebraska. Go ahead and walk through the tunnel. Try to imagine what it would have been like for the young men who built this trail and hand-dug this tunnel. Yep, I said hand-dug. The rock formations here are so fragile and so easily eroded that the decision was made to have the walking trail tunnel hand-dug rather than dynamited. Once on the other side of this tunnel, you will begin a series of steep switchbacks. Once completed, you will be on the top of Saddle Rock, where you can dial in for stop number 5.
Wow.
Enter your
So part of this park was built by the CCC, so it's very possible that they dug this tunnel. When we get back to the visitor center, I'm going to try to remember to ask the rangers who actually built this tunnel, because wow, that would be some work.
Yeah, this is going to be a first for me.
Absolutely.
Going through a tunnel and a mountain. Let's go. Now that is really cool. We got to the other side of the mountain pretty quick. Wow. We still have a little ways to go. And as you heard the recording, there are going to be switchbacks to get us to the top.
top 5.
You have just been walking alongside the geologic formation referred to as the Gering Formation. It may be difficult to tell the layers apart. As you move further up the trail, you'll begin to see more changes in the rock types that you are seeing. Look out at Saddle Rock. It's a different perspective from up here. Did you notice the breakdown in front of you? Now turn around and look at the rock face. It almost appears as if the sandstone was sheared off of the rock face. In October of 2000, there was a major rock slide which resulted in a 1,200-ton block of sandstone sloughing off onto the Saddle Rock Trail. Ultimately, the massive rock had to be broken down to smaller, manageable-sized boulders. This was accomplished by the use of dynamite the following May. Several small charges were set to minimize the impact on the surrounding resources. The blasting left the park with a 2,000-ton pile of debris, and the trail remained closed for nearly a year due to that slide. As you continue up the trail from here, you will begin to notice a great deal of gray-colored rock protruding from the cliffside. Go ahead and reach out and touch some of it. Now compare that feeling to the sandstone that it surrounds. It's much harder, isn't it? These are limestone concretions. Sometimes the concretions are referred to as pipey concretions, indicating the way in which they were deposited. The pipey concretions have not formed in one continuous layer, but rather are found in different shapes and sizes. Another name for the limestone is cap rock. This refers to the location of the deposition near the top of the bluffs, capping it off. The cap rock acts as a protective layer for the bottom portions of the bluff, much like the roof protects your house. Since it is much harder, it can withstand weathering longer than the sand and siltstone below.
That's the truth. Words to live by. Stay back from the edge. It's a long way down. We have about 2/10 of a mile to go to get to the top.
Well, we made it to the top.
Yeah, we did. That was a fantastic hike. And
Yeah, you can actually, this trail, you could start it from the top and go down because you can bring your car up, but strongly recommend starting it down at the
visitor
at
center.
the visitor center, because the walk down is going to be much easier than the walk up. So
Yeah, this is not an accessible trail. If you are someone who needs a little assistance, you probably want to bring your car up to the summit and explore from there. But if you are able to take this hike, it is absolutely stunningly beautiful.
but it's a pretty easy trail. I mean, other than having to go up a lot. Yeah, but I mean, it's well, I shouldn't say manicured, because it's asphalt or whatever, but some of the places are a little rough. And yeah, I don't think a wheelchair could make it through here.
No, but absolutely beautiful, and what an amazing day.
Oh gosh, yes.
And I have a feeling that as we go down, the views are going to be even different. The lighting is changing a little bit, and so yeah, I'm excited to see the path down from here.
What a way to spend a Saturday before the 4th of July.
Awesome. And there are 2 small trails up here at the summit. So even if you drive up, there's a north view and a south view trail where you can get different views of the valleys and everything and the rock formations. And yeah, I love this place. And did we mention it's free?
Free.
Free.
Well, we're going to head back down.
Before I forget, definitely you want to bring water with you. Bring a camera or binoculars, bring a hat, sunglasses, and very good walking shoes or hiking boots so that you get good traction.